Hey man. Hey man. How you doing? Oh, I love you too. So I'm taking the baby to a new doctor because after all these years, he was nice enough, but I don't think we ever did really trust him, but he was right down the street. So in our minds, if there was ever an emergency, we could go right down there. He actually had to move a couple of years ago, so he relocated. He said it was like because somebody came and barreled down his sign, which they did. We saw the sign. I guess a truck hit his sign, and so he's in such a place that's right on the main road, but it's so obscure that you still can't really see it, or it looks like a regular house or something. Anyway, he moved, and since he's been in his new location, which is actually right there, yeah, right over there. Since he went to his new location, I've been there twice. So he did what he always does. He prescribes him this medication. I have to look on the bottle because I'm bringing the bottle to this new person. But he prescribes him this medication and cuts it up in quarters and tells us to, he's so sure just put it in syrup, because it has a bitter taste. But if you put it in syrup, he'll love it. He'll never know the difference. And I'm looking at him like, that doesn't even sound right. But he's so sure that he won't even know the difference. And every time I'm like, no, that doesn't work. He's like, no, just put it in some syrup, molasses. He'll love it. He won't know. Okay, I don't know my son. But anyway, he has done that a couple of times. Let me remind you that in the meantime, to be fair, in the meantime, we stopped having his annual shots because they started making him lethargic and weird, and he wasn't himself, and it was slightly terrifying because I've heard horror stories of people's animals dying just after their regular shots, and I don't trust Farmco of any species. So, but we're pigeonholed, so. And who can prove it? And it's even worse with vets because, it's bad enough with doctors. And, now people have the internet, so they feel like they can dispute and self-diagnose, which is good and bad. It's not a shabby looking joint. It's not shabby looking. Oh, it's actually a decent looking place. Landmarks. I know, baby. I know, baby. So I just whipped my hair back, and I know. Yeah, in all fairness, we stopped having his annual shots because they started scaring us. And he doesn't go outside anymore anyway. So, I didn't want to keep shooting him up with medicine every year that was making him like that after it was administered. But, yeah. No, I'm not going to listen to that today, Tamala. So, yeah, I have him. Hey, baby. I love you. Mommy loves you. So, we have now found him a new vet, which looks like it's an animal hospital. So, that's awesome, too. And we're going to find out what's going on. He is old. He's like 13 years old. And even as we lose our human loved ones, we're really considering, we're having talks that we need to have for him. But anyway, I have been watching one of the family vloggers that I watch on YouTube, and they were having issues with their dog, and they took them to this vet that was doing random shit and charging them for it each and every time, and basically finding and diagnosing nothing, not really even taking real tests, and it made me think of my vet. And I was like, anyway, but it made me think of my vet. So eventually they got, and their baby's a puppy. So they hadn't really even had him that long. They just got him. You know, they took their audience along with them when they got the puppy. And so he wasn't right. I knew he wasn't right when they showed him and they said he wasn't well. And the thing was shaking. He was shaking, and you could start seeing his ribs. And they said he was throwing up, and his puke smelled like fecal matter. So that's really not right. Now initially I thought maybe, you know how people sell bad, sick animals, but that wasn't the case, because they took us with them to pick up the puppy, and the puppy was fine. So as they took them to this vet, the vet was telling them that the dog was fine, and they just gave him antibiotics, and then they kept doing tests and this and that and the other. But the family themselves, after a while, they were kind of rubbing the dog's belly, and they themselves felt something in his belly. So they took him to another vet who found and did surgery and removed what was a toy broccoli from one of the kids' toy set. The point is, they wasted that time at that vet that could have wound up killing the puppy, the dog that they just got not too long ago and fell in love with. It wouldn't have been a deliberate murder. That's why I call it killing. You know how you guys call, people say, Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, just go down the list, got killed. They weren't killed, they were murdered. So although it wouldn't have been deliberate in that case, it was negligent all the same. So I would have addressed that by saying that facility killed their dog. Like, what kind of basic? It's so basic that to the point where even they technically, the family diagnosed and found the problem, but they paid that facility hundreds of dollars to almost kill their baby. I can't fathom. So needless to say, watching that and knowing that my baby's have an issue, we actually looked up reviews. I don't know why we don't do that more often. Because y'all remember Luigi's. But anyway, we looked up reviews on our vet and saw one, and it was so horrible. We didn't want to go back ever again. So here we are with this new spot, and I'm going to take him in because I have to do paperwork as a new patient. Isn't that right, baby? Yeah, I want to see my baby. Oh, he's so handsome. Hey, you ready to go in? Huh? Are you nervous? Baby? Are you nervous? Baby? Baby? Oh, no, baby. Your mommy's lap. You being a bad cat right now? Yes, ma'am. You checking out the place? You checking out the place? What, baby? Huh? 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 I don't know. You okay? Baby? Baby? I'm so sorry. I know you're an old baby. I know, baby. I know. Lay down for a few minutes, okay? Okay. So, as soon as we got in the car, hey, baby. Ooh, he smells like alcohol. Oh, it's okay, baby. I don't know if he needs that. Did he need to do that? Need to use the potty? We're gonna get you home, son. Come here. We'll be home in a minute, baby. We'll be home in a minute. I should have left you in this. Mommy should have left you in the carrier. Come up here, baby. Come get back in your carrier. Come here. Come here. Stay in there till we get home. You're getting litter everywhere. My baby.